Okay, so this is Helen, who's after another long day, we've just been working on the brows today, haven't we, Helen? Yeah. So second day in, and this morning, not everybody gets to work on the first clients, but we had a lady come that hadn't had them done for a couple of years or so now, had she? So, but you actually got to see Kate work with the client, work on the client, and actually you got to have a little go yourself on the very first client, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
Were you nervous?
Yes.
And how did you feel? Because I know you used to dealing with the eye area in particular, with the eyelash extension business that you run. How was it working on the brows for the first time?
I really enjoyed it, but I was nervous because obviously
yeah, it's like a permanent thing, isn't it?
Yeah,
semi-permanent
thing, and yeah.
Brilliant.
So that's scary.
But you got to go on the first client.
Yes, I
did. And the first client, what was the first client's reaction to the treatment at the end anyway?
Really happy. She was really happy. Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. And then we had a bit of a break for lunch, and then we had another client which had come from a recommendation of ours who'd had treatments done with our students before, but she was travelling hundreds of miles, and actually we're a bit localer, so she came all the way from central London today to be your model, and you worked for sort of an hour or just over an hour doing a really good set of brows on a client that we hadn't actually seen before ourselves. So how was it going in at the deep end and actually doing majority of the treatment this afternoon?
It was really good. I was at one point Katie said, "Do you know how long you've been working for?" And I thought it was about 5 minutes, and it was 45 minutes.
Oh really? Wow! It sort of flew by then,
yeah,
did it?
And then that was when I only had one pass left after that, so that was, yeah, it was good.
And your client, now we've been told that she's not high maintenance, but she's quite very picky when it comes to her brows and things like that.
Yeah.
But she seemed quite relaxed
with you.
with you.
Happy, yeah.
In fact, she was so relaxed. What happened?
She fell asleep.
So your client, your very first full sort of client, pretty much fell asleep.
Yeah.
So she must have been pretty comfortable.
Yeah.
Did you expect that to happen then?
No.
So that must give you a bit of confidence, of actually that you are doing something right here, and that you really are putting them at ease as well.
Yeah, I mean, people always say, "Does it hurt?" And obviously, it scratches a bit.
Yeah.
To start with, but it can't hurt that much if people are falling asleep during it. So.
Exactly, brilliant. And what was the end result on that? Were you happy with how the brows were at the end and everything else?
I was very happy, and she was very happy. So that was good.
And being quite a picky client as well, not a very ideal first client for you, but then in another way, it's good to have some tricky ones because they're only going to get easier as well.
Definitely, and she wasn't tricky because she was happy with the results. So
yeah,
that's good. Yeah.
Well, they never are tricky when you do a great job, and that's what we try and teach here, I suppose. And how have you found the training throughout the day then? Have you enjoyed the mixture of how it sort of all works, and the computer work and notes
really
and lunch as well?
Yeah, lunch, thank you.
Excellent, brilliant. And then tomorrow we've got another client in who's actually booked in for eyes, but she also wants her brows doing as well, so we're going to squeeze an extra client in tomorrow.
Okay, great.
So it'll be great to see how you get on there as well, a brand new client. And you've got a trip back tonight?
Back tonight.
On the train, so have a good journey back, and
we'll
look forward to catching up with you tomorrow.
Great, thank you.
Cheers.